What's up, you guys? It's Steve here, and we're hearing that President Joe Biden is coming out and demanding that more stimulus be passed as the United States just hit a major milestone. Cases are in the increase, and inflation is at a 41-year high, and he's saying that inflation is high, we got to deal with it on a federal level. However, it's not his fault. And we're hearing that Americans, they are not happy about that statement. They're not buying it. They're saying it's not about whose fault it is. Just get out some help. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. But this is your breaking news stimulus check update and stimulus package update. Now, let's take a look at some of the headlines that are coming out and let me know your thoughts. First up, U.S. pandemic deaths pass 1 million as concerns are raised about projections. And yes, it's very unfortunate. Over 1 million lives have been lost due to this 2.5-year pandemic. And take a look at the U.S. cases, you guys. Right now, as of May 12th, yesterday, new cases 115,000 in the United States with a 7-day moving average at 88,000 on the incline. And right now, we're hearing there are concerns about this new Omicron stealth variant hitting around fall, winter time. And they're saying if it does, it could overrun hospitals again and disrupt our economy. And the thing with this one is they call it the stealth because you could get sick and not even know it. You could test for the pandemic, come out negative, then test several days later, and then come out positive. And it turns out you did have it, but you didn't even know it. And so they're saying this is spreading even significantly more so because people are testing negative in the first couple days of contracting the pandemic. So we will see, you guys, but we're hearing that there's major concerns of this hitting, and the president is calling for more funding to help battle this. And we might also need to see other phases and more direct assistance for people, because not only are we dealing with the pandemic, but now we're dealing with record high inflation of 41 years. And take a look, you guys, the president is addressing this as we're hearing this is the #1 concern right now of people. Biden talks inflation, another swing and a miss, though, in this opinion piece, as he says that voters, they're saying they're not buying it. And we're hearing only 1/3 of the nation right now actually approves of the president's performance. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Now, I'm going to be sharing with you the Republican perspective on this and what they're saying about inflation and what the president is doing and how they're saying he's playing the blame game, as we're hearing him blame Russian President Vladimir Putin and the previous administration, President Donald Trump and the administration. And we're going to hear him make a very interesting statement. Let me know your thoughts. He says that inflation was higher during the previous administration, which is very interesting since we've been getting reports that it is at a 41-year high, which means it hasn't been this high for the last 41 years. Now, let me know your thoughts, you guys, but what they're saying is he is just pointing fingers left and right, trying to get the blame off of him as we're entering midterm elections. And they're saying really what you need to do is just focus on taking care of the problem and getting out provisions and assistance and help to help out people and doing it in a way that won't cause inflation to go up even higher. Now, let me know your thoughts. I'm going to share with you the video footage so you can see it for yourself. And he is coining the new phrase, Ultra MAGA, for the previous administration. Let me know your thoughts, you guys. But take a look. He's saying we do need to address this on a federal level for everybody. Biden warns Democrats inflation will scare the living HE double hockey sticks out of everybody. Now, I shared this with you in my last video, and I also mentioned that on a state level, we have seen the biggest stimulus checks proposed so far, $5,500 per person. If you missed that video, check it out right after this one. But we're hearing the president say that on a state level is not good enough. We need to do this on a federal level for everybody as well. Now, also, we're hearing that this is very much so needed with this level of inflation, and for those on SSI and SSDI, we're hearing that they're going to need a big bump up as well. And there's a lot of mention now about those $200 per month payments that were supposed to go out that Biden had talked about during his campaign run, as they haven't come to fruition. And take a look at these headlines, you guys. Higher inflation continues to point to bigger Social Security cost of living adjustments, or COLA, for 2023. And they're saying, listen, if you bump it up by 5.9%, which is what we saw last, but inflation is at 8.5%, doesn't really help out those on those benefits. And they're saying we're going to need to see a bigger bump up. And also, what about those $200 per month provisions that were suggested before? Let me know your thoughts, you guys, but we're going to dive into the latest as all this information is starting to roll out, and we're going to be seeing how Congress responds in this midterm election year. So let's go ahead and dive into the latest, but before we do, also wanted to mention, check out the second channel, Steve Ram Finance. I will pin a comment down below. Click the link, go subscribe if you're interested in learning about growing wealth and personal finance. Check out that channel. I hope it's a blessing to you. Also, if you appreciate appreciate the updates here on this channel. Don't forget to take a quick second to smash that like button. I appreciate it. It helps out the channel a ton. Thank you so much. Also, leave your comments, share this out. If you want to stay up to date, I'll let you know about stimulus checks, Congress, everything going on, totally free, so why not come and join the Ram fam? All you got to do is smash that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell, and if you got any specific questions for me, I'm easy to get a hold of directly. Just hop on to Instagram, shoot me a DM at SteveRam3. But with that being said, you guys, let's go ahead and dive right in and let me know your thoughts as we take a look at this video footage.
My Republican colleagues say these programs to help the working class and middle class people, they say that's why we have inflation. They're dead wrong. Under my predecessor, the great MAGA king, the deficit increased every single year he was president.
Inflation was at 1.4% when Joe Biden walked into the White House. That was President Biden yesterday, blaming now Republicans this time, being responsible for the soaring inflation and record high gasoline prices. Joining me right now is Kentucky Congressman Andy Barr. He is a member of the Financial Services and Foreign Affairs Committee. Congressman, thanks very much for being here this morning. You just heard Biden. He's also really trying to make the word ultra MAGA a bad word. He keeps saying ultra MAGA this and ultra MAGA that, as it is supposed to suggest that anybody who is MAGA is a bad person. Do you consider yourself a MAGA person, Make America Great Again, Andy Barr?
Of course, we all should want to make America great again, and unfortunately, I think the American people are laughing off Joe Biden's claim that somehow inflation was worse under the previous administration. As you said, inflation was less than 2% the entire term of the previous president. It has soared since the overspending policies of this administration, and it's not just the overspending, it's the fact that this administration.
If you use any of these companies, do this now. To be honest, I had no idea until I tried auto insurance.
Has waged a war on domestic energy production, constraining the supply of energy, paying people to not work through this overspending program, which has constrained the supply of labor. And the threat of higher taxes from the Biden administration has prevented the capital expenditures that we need to repair our supply chains. So the American people don't buy any of this nonsense.
Yeah, I mean, meanwhile, President Trump hears him talking about ultra MAGA. He's actually using it to sell T-shirts to raise money. He's got a T-shirt of him called Ultra MAGA, MAGA King, for people to buy T-shirts on this. I mean, is it resonating that the president is trying to divide this country again, calling Ultra MAGA versus the rest of us? I mean, what is he trying to say by saying Ultra MAGA so much?
Well, he's trying to deflect blame away from anyone but himself. But the fact of the matter is, this inflation crisis resulted in a toxic mix, a supply-demand mismatch, a toxic mix of bad policies from this administration, from congressional Democrats, and the Federal Reserve. All the while, this administration was constraining the supply of energy and labor and threatening higher taxes, which froze business investment. Congressional Democrats were on a spending binge that created excess demand. And then the Federal Reserve, despite our warnings, continued its quantitative easing program, continued to buy assets, continued to keep interest rates too low for too long, and this created this disastrous 40-year high in inflation. Yesterday's Department of Labor report shows that inflation is not transitory. It is staying with us. Prices continue to rise across every category. And the only reason, Maria, that we didn't have a 9th consecutive month of inflation rate increasing was because there was a slight easing in fuel prices last month. This month, there is a total reversal. Gas prices this week hit a $4.37 nationwide per gallon high. Again, gas prices are historic high. Yeah. The American people are not buying this.
Well,
and they can't afford it.
Congressman, You know, they're talking about inflation at the kitchen table, but the lawmakers on the Democrat side, progressives, are instead talking about abortion. They're marching from the House to the Senate just before Senator Joe Manchin tanked the party's abortion bill. Here's Senator Manchin yesterday on why he voted no to that bill. Watch.
Make no mistake, it is not Roe v. Wade codification. It's an expansion. It wipes 500 state laws off the books. It expands abortion. And with that, that's not where we are today. We should not be dividing this country further than we're already divided.
So there you have it, you guys. A whole lot there. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And we're going to be seeing if President Joe Biden can pull off legislation, if he's going to be doing executive orders and executive actions. And if he does, what for and how will it impact our economy? Now, we will see. I will keep you up to date here on the channel. And as always, you guys, thank you so much for joining me. If you made it this far and you haven't already, don't forget, take a quick second, smash that like button if you appreciate the updates. Also, hit the subscribe button to come join the Ram fam, stay up to date, turn on the notification bell to be notified right away. If you got any specific questions for me, shoot them to me in the DM on Instagram at SteveRam3 and consider joining my second channel, Steve Ram Finance, to learn about growing wealth and personal finance. But with that being said, you guys, as always, thank you so much for joining me, and I will catch you in the next one. Take care. God bless. This is Steve.